Gill will be here. My first guest won an Emmy for all those days and nights he made Matty Hayes crazy on Moonlighting. In his new movie, he drives an airport full of terrorists crazy. It's called Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Please welcome Bruce Willis. First of all, thank you for the jacket, man.
Oh, did you get that? Yeah.
Yeah, if I do like a yucks in Siberia, I will wear that baby. That is the biggest
It is, it's bad. We actually wore those when we were working on the film.
It was kind of chilly?
It was very cold when we were working, yeah.
What can we expect? I'm sorry.
No, it was very cold when we were working.
You're so cool, I never know when to jump in, you know?
No, good. No, it's good. I'm actually maybe a little too relaxed today.
But it's good, man. Ladies love that. That ghetto cool you got happening. Yeah. Basically, it was a little chilly, and we had a heavier coat.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, you got it going on, man. What can we expect in this one that we didn't get in the last one?
It's just more of what was there. It was like the first film was kind of compared to a roller coaster ride, you know, of thrills and spills and all that. And this is just more of that. It's better than the first film. If you like the first film, you should just, it's just better than that. It's just more of it, bigger, noisier, louder, badder, more bullets, more bad guys, and I think I kill about 200 people in this film.
Because I enjoyed the first one. I've seen it a few times, and the problem with a movie like that is it was so good. I was like, where's homie gonna go?
No, that's what we thought that too. I mean, I was very surprised. I really didn't know what we could do, what the story we could tell. And that was really the challenge, to see whether we could do it better, whether we could be bigger than that. And nobody knew until a couple months ago when we started to see it come together. But it's pretty bad.
With all the fire and that 30-foot jump you made,
Yeah.
I mean, can this one possibly be more challenging?
I jumped out of a helicopter in this one onto the wing of a 747 that is moving down the runway at about 50 miles an hour.
Stop.
It's bad. It's one of the coolest stunts I've ever seen anyway, and it happens to be in a film that I'm in, so I like it even a little more, so.
Well, let's look at this clip that I have. I'm not sure what's here. Do you know?
I think it's that. I think it's the clip of jumping out of the helicopter. Now, I didn't actually jump out of the real helicopter. A young man named P.I. Johnson, my stuntman, jumped out of a real helicopter onto a real wing of a plane.
I'm glad you said that, because you know Ki is at home with his wife and kids saying, he didn't say, oh, man! He said my name, Ron. Yeah, now he's real happy. Let's look at that clip, Sandy, and make the stuntman happy.
David, that's my wife's plane. Take it down. I'm not getting in front of that plane. All right, how about getting over top of it? Hang on! Hang on! You wanted a story, didn't you? Nice and easy, boys. Get me in low. Got it. Bring me down! Get it low! Keep over the wing! Lower!
On the way in today, I'm listening to the radio, and this person deemed Dick Tracy the best reviewed movie. And that's interesting. I've never heard anybody say that, but the best reviewed movie of the year. Will critics like this movie?
Well, so far they have. I've been very surprised. I was prepared for them to not like this film. I think these action genre films kind of have gotten a bad rap somewhere along the line because what? Because they're not as hard to make. I don't know. I don't really understand it, but it's almost it's not. I mean, they're much harder to make, but I think it's almost as if the critics are kind of embarrassed to like these action films because, after all, it's just entertainment. I mean, I've read some reviews this summer that are so scathing that it just seems like filmmakers have committed some kind of a crime. And I think what's important to remember is that we're just trying to entertain people. Yeah. Just trying to make people laugh, and it's not real blood, and it's not real bombs and that stuff. And I think audiences are very hip, and I think that they understand that it's just about going in for a couple hours and saying, I want to be scared, I want to be excited for the next couple hours, and it's just about entertaining people.
Yeah. Let's take a commercial and come back. I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk to you about. Bruce Willis in a minute.
Recently,
Turn it up a little louder. We ain't got nothing to fear. Turn it up a little louder, yeah. Until the cops get here.
Now, that, I figured I'd give the band a little time off. That was from your album, and it was kind of based on a true story.
It was based on a very true story. It was a story that everybody who reads the National Enquirer heard about anyway.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why I'm glad I have this show, because, I mean, I am able to get to the, because National Enquirer don't always tell it like it is, They
don't tell, well, all right. I was going to make a joke, but yeah, you're right. They don't. Can we say something right now?
Yeah.
The National Enquirer writes lies about people for money, okay? That's what they do. Get away with it because it is so hard to prove that they have libeled you, and they do it just to make a lot of money. If they put your picture on there and said, "Me and you were down with some girls," somebody's gonna say, "Wow, let's read about this," and it's like we do a commercial for their, magazine, and they are allowed. They get away with writing lies about people. And people should know that. If you don't know it, maybe you do know it. Maybe I'm just,
No, that's the weird thing. You're saying this, and many people have said it, and there are people in this audience who, in the next month, will probably buy one while they're in the supermarket.
And they say, well, if it's in here, there must be some truth in there. And I'm here to tell you, there have been stories, written about not just, not just me and you, but about everybody that are just not true, that are total fabrications that they just don't check, and it's just, it blows.
Trust me, I've never made love to Mike Tyson.
Now, I read that and I said, but I knew. No,
I'm sitting at home saying, if I make that gay move, I'm not going to bed with Mike.
He ain't the first in line.
Yes. It's amazing. It's amazing. But what can I say? Actually, the truth to that situation is the police did come to your house.
Yeah, they did.
And they were unkind.
Well, I had, they were a little unkind. It just, the situation just got escalated very quickly, and I guess that they just didn't know. They just didn't hear me and my friends saying that I had a broken shoulder, and the cop who arrested me re-broke my shoulder. And I was yelling really loud in his ear, "I have a broken shoulder."
Yes.
And he didn't hear it. He just, he re-broke it. And but it was just about having music up a little too loud. And that song was just a way of addressing it and not having to, go on TV and say, I am not a bad guy, or I am not a, party animal.
I turned my music up too loud, and the guy re-broke my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just having some fun,
The irony of the whole thing is
you were supposed to come.
Yeah, I missed the party. I could have been there. Hey, let him go. Hey, let me go. Wait. Let's break the shoulder. I'm sorry, I fell into a character too deeply. The irony is John McClane is a policeman, and he fights for what's right.
Yeah.
And a policeman broke your shoulder.
Well, I really get along with the Los Angeles Police Department. These guys, work on these films a lot, and this just happened to be a guy who has since become a himself and is at the moment. So there is the gears of the gods do grind slowly.
Oh yeah.
But it was just a fluke. I was just having fun, and they just thought I was having a little too much fun. That's all. I mean,
Yeah.
I would do it again. I mean.
Yeah, I don't mean to say all cops are bad.
No,
because I
no.
work with the cops. I'm an ambassador of a national organization called DARE, and we work right with the
Cool
police
program,
to
yeah.
go into classrooms and talk to kids about
That's a cool
drugs.
program.
John McClane, why do people like him so much?
Because I don't know. I think it's because he doesn't like doing what he has to do. I mean, in the course of this film, he has to do these very heroic things, but he's pretty irritated by the whole thing. And I think that if he had a choice, he would not do what he does in this film. And I think there's a little bit of vulnerability in there that people respond to. That seems to be it.
Yeah.
I mean, plus there's a lot going on in these films too. It's not just about this guy. It's about what they set him in, these tasks that they set him to do. And it's always been about has been about what would you do if you absolutely had no choice but to jump off the building, but to jump out of the helicopter, and I think that lends a little bit of believability towards say, yeah, I would do that. I would jump out of the helicopter.
Yeah. I was going to go see the movie on the 4th because I was told by people in my office that I could go on the 4th.
Right,
now,
enjoy.
Marla, my producer, claims she's going to Chicago to see it on the 3rd.
Third, yeah.
We should clear this up just for business.
They moved it up a date. It's going to open July 3rd at 7:30, simply because people have just made such a fuss over it, coming out, that they wanted to see it a day early, and Fox said okay. So the film is going to open July 3rd at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
across America.
Yeah. Are you real happy with it? I'm sure you've seen
I
it
am
many
happy
times.
with it. I'm very pleased with it. I was concerned. I didn't know. I really liked the first film. I really thought the first film was very exciting, and I just didn't know whether or not we'd be able to do it again, whether we'd be able to get back to that and still generate that kind of excitement.
Yeah. Two quick things. I don't want to spend any time on things that only I'm interested in. First of all, I saw on the Paramount lot a couple of days ago your wife's movie.
Oh, Ghost?
She throws down.
Is
man.
it? I'm gonna tell you something. I know
throws
she
down,
is
man.
awesome. And my wife has grown up on film. She is this woman now, and she is in this film called Ghost, which I think comes out in July. Late in July.
It's her and Whoopi.
Her and Whoopi and Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And it's a phenomenal film. It is just great. Where do you see this picture?
Yeah, you should check this one out.
It's a cool film, and it was like this, weird concept of a ghost comes back to life and doesn't really die. But where do you see it? It is. I mean, it's really cool. She's good.
How's Rumor?
Great, so cool. She's talking now. She's talking. She says, "Come on, Daddy, go get me some iced tea." I said, "Okay, Rumor, let's go." It's very cool. I mean, you should have some kids, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, where'd you get a name like Rumor?
We named her after Rumor Godden, an English children's author, and we just liked the name. It was either Rumor or Donna, and I know so many Donnas already that we decided to go with.
I think I know one of the Donnas you knew. How's Sybil? Do you ever see Sybil? Will you ever maybe...
I saw her on TV last night. She was on a rerun. I did. I saw her. She was on a rerun of Johnny Carson, and still talking about moonlighting. Well, I don't see her.
Actually, somebody here was telling me that was on last night, and I fired him for watching it. No, it's a joke. I'm a comedian. Whack, whack. used to, well, at least the tabloids, as we talked about,
Yeah.
you all used to fight, according to the tabloids, a lot. I assume that's cool now.
You want to get me to talk about this?
Well, the question is leading to the next question, whether you all ever get back together and do something. Maybe a film, not even a reunion of Moonlighting.
I don't think so. Not right now, anyway. You know, look, Moonlighting was a very good show for me, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It reached a point where it was no longer fun. And it also reached a point where we kind of ran out of things for these people to do, and it just became about two characters yelling at each other. A lot of focus was placed on about Sybil and me, not David and Maddie. And I don't know. I had a good time doing that show. I could say that. I mean, there are a lot of people who would like to hear me dish Sybil. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to play that game. I mean, we didn't get along very well on that show. I will say that. But that's
It's
just
tough,
it's
though,
the
man.
gig,
It's
man.
thrown together
It's, you know, 14-hour days, 5 days a week. And I was working 12 months a year. I would do that show for, 9 months, and then I would go do a film. And it's a hard thing to do. And I have no hard feelings. I'm, doing other things now. So, but I have no interest in saying bad things about her,
The show helped you grow a lot.
I learned how to work in front of a camera, yeah. I mean, they gave me this camera and said, goof around, try and make us laugh, try and crack us up, try and do new things, reach into your, bag and try and do new things. And I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about how I can be funny, and I learned how I'm not funny, how, what things don't work. So it was like this little, buffered world of, working with this little, this 35mm camera every day.
I know this much about acting, but
You're a great actor. What are you talking about, man? I really thought, I said this, I really thought you were going to go on and, like, be a, big movie star, but, I mean, you got this thing now, which is very good. It's nice, but you should do film. You should work more. You should do stuff. Right?
Hold on.
You should be in the movies more.
I'll do some stuff.
Sure, man.
I'll do some stuff.
Very funny.
I have been, every now and then picking up my phone and say, you owe us 4 movies, and I hang up the phone. But, no, I'm going to take a hiatus and do some stuff soon. But what I was going to say about you is, I saw a movie, and a lot of people didn't see this movie. It's called In Country. Yeah. You really grew a lot as an actor. I mean, did anybody see that movie? Few people saw it.
You see it on video, you'll rent it, you'll be tired some night, you say, well, let's watch In Country.
But did you feel that?
Well, it's a very tough topic, it's not a big comedy, it's about a very serious subject. And I needed to do that part because I wanted to see if I still knew how to act. TV really kind of makes you rely on, a lot of times, the only choice you can think of in that short period of time that you have to set the shot up. And I felt like I got really lazy as an actor, that TV is about hurry up, we gotta shoot this. And I felt like I got really lazy, and I really wanted to see if I could get back in and play a, character where I wasn't wisecracking, where I wasn't smirking, where I wasn't chasing girls around, and just see if I could do it. And I'm very proud of that film.
Yeah, you did a good job, and what I think, here's my theory, I think a movie like that makes you better as John in Die Harder. But I appreciate you coming by, and
so
whether you want to go on the 3rd or the 4th, it's out there. Coming to a theater near you, Die Harder, Bruce Willis. We'll be back.